This is the stuff I use a lot when I'm making mock scrapes. Okay, got some good news over the weekend. I had a call that I was waiting for that came back in from a farmer that owns a little piece of the ground down here, where not too far from where I live. So we're gonna go down there and check it out. It used to be a spot I used to hunt. I used to hunt the neighbors, and the neighbor took all of his trees out on this little piece, and I got permission kind of on the adjacent piece to, you know, sit on his side. It's just he owns just a little strip of woods. It'll make more sense when we get down there. So the way this area is kind of weird. There's like 3 different landowners. This corn is a landowner that I used to not have permission on, and I have permission on this side, and then I had permission on that cornfield over there, which is a different landowner altogether. Well, I obtained permission from this farmer here over the weekend. We're gonna walk down to this area, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, why I needed to obtain a permission, whereas before I didn't need permission on this farm. So, back 2 years ago, I actually killed a nice buck with my longbow on this piece. And you can see where these beans are versus the corn. And you kind of see this ditch right there, out there, right there. There used to be a woods in that ditch line right there, and it was just a tree line that went all the way down. And the farmer that owns this side, his property line is on this fence row right here, on this wood line. But it used to be there was trees all through here, so I would set in here, and the deer would come off these hills and come down into this little, it used to be real thick and nasty little overgrown stuff in here, and they'd come down here and bed, and you could catch them coming down here in bed. Well, last summer the farmer cleared all this out. You can see there's no longer any more trees here, so I kind of thought, well, crap, I don't have a place to hunt down here anymore, really. I mean, I guess I could sit on the ground somewhere, but I got a hold of the farmer here, and he said, oh, go ahead, you can sit in those trees. So now I got a spot back again. Just got to find me a area of where I feel like I want to sit. That's what we're doing today. I'm trying to be have as little of intrusion as possible, but I guarantee you that there's deer bedding on this finger. And if not, this would be a great place to kind of observe and see where the deer are coming out. I actually like, right off the bat, I like that tree. Let's see if I can find it right there. But we're gonna walk around and see what we see. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but something just jumped out of this kudzu stuff you see right here. One single deer, sound like a big deer. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted to come in here and do. It's September, was it 17th? We got 14 days until season's here. I wanted to come in here and just bust it up, kind of pretend like I'm a farmer or something, checking crops. And now I know I'm gonna mark on my map, deer bedding right here, buck bedding right here. And then I can kind of go look up in here. I'm gonna walk all the way down the fence row and around, and then I'll get a feel for where this buck may be going to, or which way he's going to set up on him come October 1st, if he's worth hunting. I didn't get my eyes on him there, so it's hard telling. Could have been a little forky or something. Check out that scrape right there. Pretty cool. This may be where I put my camera at. I can smell that buck. So what I'm going to do is that scrape, I just essentially walk down the tree line and then back down the cornfield edge. Scrape is right underneath that limb down there. So I'm going to kind of put my camera there, because they're going to go back to that scrape, and then pick out a tree where I can shoot that camera and then pick out a tree where I can shoot that scrape, and then still be far enough off bedding, and then I'll have to hunt this like on a north wind, or straight east would be perfect too. Anything but west, essentially. All right, let's hop down in here, get that camera set up, and then get back to the bike. That's all I was going to do. I got this hackberry limb that kind of goes this way. I'm just going to kind of hide it on that limb so the deer won't be able to see it very good. That's a good sign. So I'm thinking this tree right here is going to be my best option. I changed my mind on trees. That one is the one I had picked out. The angle of that, it looks like it's going to be a pain to get a saddle or a stand up in that tree. I mean, you could definitely do it, but I took my stick and climbed up this hackberry tree, and it actually is not too bad. It wasn't loud at all, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to end up sitting in this one right here, kind of get up in there where that cover is, and I'll have shots out to this short corn, and I'll have shots down into the bean field as well. And then the scrape will be right back there. So there's a couple things to kind of address in this video. One is, a lot of people ask me if I am concerned about going in this close to season. So today is the 17th. Season opens the 1st of October. So we have a couple weeks here. Am I concerned about it? Yeah, I'd rather not have any sin in there at all. But to me, if I have a couple of weeks spare time, I like to just go. If I get a new piece like I did here this weekend, I just go in and just bust in there, act like I own the place to the deer, and then bust out of there as quick as I can. Just speed scout it, get a plan together, and get out of there. I was probably only in there for 20 minutes, and then get out. That's kind of what I think is a better option. One, you don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable during season. If there's nothing good that I like in here, I don't want to go in here and waste a day. So I would say if it gets any closer to season, I would probably just come in here and just kind of scout my way in and set up. But I didn't know where the deer bedded at on that finger. I knew they probably bedded in there somewhere, but I had no idea where at. And that thing's long enough to where you can, they won't get to you during daylight hours if you're on the wrong side of it. So I think if you get a new spot that's in that September range, mid-September range, and get in there and scout it real quick and get out, do as little damage as possible, and then go from there. I also like, if there wasn't a nice buck in there, I don't want to waste my time in there either. So got the camera in there to tell me if it's a nice buck or not, and then I'll go hunt him. Thought I saw a deer for a second. All right, right there is the subscribe button if you guys are enjoying these videos, and you can watch another vlog right there.